identifies as a man, uh, it, I wouldn't mind. It doesn't bother me. You see, this is the point I'm trying to make. We are highlighting differences. The people who want who say they want true diversity are the ones creating differences. They're creating them. What were you going to say, Suze?
And I guess
you're
you don't
a birthing person.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving birth to children. I'm giving birth to financial drains, I guess.
Okay, now we're getting personal here.
You know,
and,
what's wrong,
you got
Tom?
my financial drain sitting right next to you.
People are redefining words. For instance, if you have a lesbian couple, and this has happened where one of the partners introduced another female as my husband. Now, I don't care what they call themselves, but you can't.
Well, I've heard most lesbian couples call themselves husband and wife and wife.
But a husband is a male partner in a relationship. You can't change. That's the definition of the word.
Well, I understand. We can't change definitions. We can change meanings, and I don't mind. You see, this is the whole point. And I truly, if you could see deep into my heart, while I talk tongue in cheek, I really don't care. Or I do care. In other words, I would never allow any discrimination or hatred or bigotry of any kind for any reason. I truly don't care. Here's what I think. I think many people who are trans, gay and lesbian, want you to notice their difference so they can show you they're not different. Or they can show you who they are. They want to be who they are. They want you to notice. And I think if we didn't notice and didn't give a damn, they would be upset. Anyway, I've said this before. Those who truly preach diversity highlight more differences than any other people I have ever known in my life. Doyle says the neighbor is off meds and violent. By the way, if you go to Show Me Trouble, you'll see one such neighbor who is very upset. And this is not Doyle's neighbor, but it's Sue Hung's neighbor. She is a nail tech, has a business in her home. And she said the neighbor hates when minorities, including blacks, Asians, and Hispanics, park in front of her house. But when a white person parks there, she doesn't care. I put that up on Show Me Trouble. Deputy Doc started looking into it. And he said, Tom, let's take a step back. Not Deputy Doc, I'm sorry. Deputy Smarty Pants looked into it and said, let's take a step back.
Did we talk to the neighbor?
No, but here's what Deputy Smarty Pants said as he started looking into it. The neighbor has problems, family problems, personal problems, and perhaps it's not her fault. And he means this sincerely, that she might be suffering some emotional problems, and we better think twice about this. So I just want to say that.
Wait, where did he get that info?
I don't know. He must have explored it. You know, Deputy Doc.
He must have talked to her.
Oh, well, I don't know if he talked to her or talked to other neighbors or people.
Oh.
Let's talk to let's talk to caller Doyle about your neighbor. I've said this before. What have I said, Mark, about neighbors? They can ruin your entire experience.
Hey, we bought multiple domains, and one of these days we'll lay it up.
Crazy neighbors.
Multiple one. Neighbor wars, you name it.
Crazy neighbors
Makes for good radio.
Now, here's what I'd like to know, okay? If your beautiful home you guys moved into in the country, Mark and Suzanne, what if you had, Suze, what if truly now, Mark and Suzanne, what if you had a neighbor that was absolutely hateful? Wouldn't that spoil your whole
We had one in Castle Rock.
But not here.
No, in Castle Rock.
Right, but not in the latest house. Think about
5-6 years ago.
Didn't it spoil everything?
Oh my God, I threatened to kick his ass, man, and then finally we just quit talking, and it was okay after that. It was miserable.
Oh, and even after threatening to do that, Mark, it's still miserable.
It's still, well, he made Addie. Now she was only, how old was she at the time?
7 or 8.
7 or 8. Pee her pants. He scared the hell out of her so much because her ball rolled into his garage. I basically almost floored the guy.
Oh my God, Anyway, let's talk, people. I want to know what's on your mind, okay? It's too bad though when people are so miserable. They're so miserable They just can't stand people. You know, they can't stand people. So let's talk, Doyle. What's going on with your neighbor? This could be a serious problem. What's going on, Doyle?
Well, my neighbor, whose name is John, this is the second time that he's actually been threatening people. We live in a condominium complex, all in the same building,
Charging.
Give me a couple moments, Tom. I've had a stroke and a brain injury in it sometimes.
Okay. I didn't notice anything. Go ahead, sir. Take all the time you need.
I have a problem with following a train of thought.
So you were saying your neighbor is just a bad neighbor? Can you explain? Now, your neighbor, how do you know your neighbor is on meds? Let's take that part. I'll help you through this. How do you know?
Because the last time that he did this, which was probably maybe a year and a half ago, but I'm almost certain it was prior to the pandemic, that was the situation. I mean, and he just gets off the wall.
Is he bipolar or schizophrenic? Do you know?
I don't know, but I'm sure that it must be one or the other. The last time.
Well, okay, if he's off his meds and he thinks he's the president or the quarterback of the Broncos, he's probably bipolar. If he's off his meds and he's talking to space aliens, he's probably schizophrenic. But anyway, keep going.
He does both.
And actually, let me just stop. I really shouldn't make fun of this, okay? And I apologize for that. That's not right. I mean, so go ahead, Doyle. What's happening?
The last time the police got involved, I think they stopped by like 3 or 4 times. He finally was incarcerated, but only for like maybe 2 days.
What was he doing? What was he doing when he was off his meds?
He goes, he threatens people. This last time, here within the last 3 days, he's actually been out, had a golf club.
How did he threaten people?
I'll tell you. He actually approached one of my neighbors twice. They had just gotten, the first time it was just her. She's very scared. Almost all of the neighbors are petrified, but I just don't want to see somebody get injured. And before the
does anybody have any video of this that you can show police?
I'm going to get some. The police have been here twice. I work rather.
Can't they arrest him?
No.
Why?
They won't. They say that their hands are tied till he actually commits some type of crime or damages property.
Okay, then what about, well, I don't know, threatening behavior? That's not true. But you mean he was out with a golf club running around?
Yes, he threatened my neighbor Marie with a golf club twice. And the second time her husband was there, they had just gotten home. And she got out of the car and he came over and started threatening her. And I'm not sure why. I can call her and find out specifically, and the next time her husband was with her and he did the same thing. But he backed off. Well, when the police have been here twice, he can just change on a dime and be just a really different type of person. And the reason that he told the police that he was having some problems, and I mean, his driveway is trashed. And according to our HOA, that is unacceptable.
All right, hold on a sec. I don't know what we can even do here. Police won't do anything. Neighbors don't do anything.
Do you have at least one electrical project you've been putting off? Don't delay. Call JM Electric. If you need electrical for your new car charger, hot tub, or an electrical panel change, call JM Electric. They get the job done right with professional, on-time service at affordable prices. For all your electrical needs, call JM Electric at 303-366-4975. That's 303-366-4975. Or visit jmelectricinc.com. JM Electric. Quality service you can count on.
TheArtofGranite.com. Floor coverings at its best. Now, let me tell you what I mean. If you want granite, not floor coverings, but countertops at their best. Now, here's the problem. Most people don't even know where to start. They don't know what it's going to cost them. At The Art of Granite, you can call Mitch Floria, tell him what you have in mind, and he'll go over it with you and give you prices on the phone. They handle it this way. If you decide to have a countertop of granite, marble, quartz, whatever you decide, they do it at wholesale as far as materials. They tear out and haul away free, and they do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen.